Hello and welcome to Karate Academy Online YouTube channel. We're running through some basic techniques here just to show online martial arts training, kind of how it breaks down, kind of how it works. And so we're showing some basic techniques. And so I'm going to show the Shomen-geri, or the front kick. Shomen-geri, Shomen meaning front, geri meaning kick, and so Shomen-geri in Japanese. And so front kick, it's a very simple kick. It's our primary kick in the Uechi-Ryu system. And so it's important to know how to do that front kick, front snap kick. And so you can break the kick down into some very simple processes, or a very simple technique process. And so one of the things you want to do is when you get ready to kick, you want to bring that knee straight up, okay? So the knee is going to come up. You never want to kick this way. You always want to bring that knee straight up, straight out. The other thing you want to do is when you're chambering your kick, is you want to keep your foot straight out, okay? My foot's not dragging like this, it's straight out. If you drag your foot like this and you kick and you hit something at that point, you're probably going to break your ankle, all right? Break your foot, break your ankle, somehow you're going to damage that. So knee is going to come up, you're going to keep that foot pointed straight out, you're going to snap the kick out, back, and down. So very simple it seems like, but it takes some time, it takes some focus and concentration to really get that technique down to where when you do the technique, it's just automatic. You don't have to think, okay, knee up, foot out, kick out, back and down. And it'll just be a regular kick. You're also doing a good kick. Now, in the Uechi-Ryu system, we point the toe. A lot of schools you'll hear, you know, oh, you got to kick with the ball of the foot or you're going to break your toes. And that is probably true. In the Uechi-Ryu system and Okinawan styles especially, toe conditioning or foot conditioning is part of the training for a lot of students, especially back in the old days when people wore sandals. But today we wear shoes, right? Most of the time, if you're going to be in the street and you actually do a technique that you need to use for self-defense, you're not going to be able to ball your foot up in the inside your shoe necessarily. You're going to have to, you know, point the toe and kick with the toe, and you've got a shoe on that's going to protect your toes. And so that's why we still train that way today, even though we don't do a lot of foot conditioning or toe conditioning to be able to break boards and do that kind of thing with a front snap kick, although some people do. But when you're training in the classroom, when you're doing bag work, when you're kicking, sometimes even when you're sparring and doing things like that, you do want to curl your toes up and kick with the ball of the foot. Now remember, the ball of the foot is right behind the toes, and so when you bring it up, you're going to kick with the toes pulled up. And that's to contact any kind of a pad or a heavy bag or whatever that you're kicking for power and for technique that way. But when you're doing just air kicks, when you're just practicing your front snap kick, when you're doing your kata and you have a front kick, you want to do that pointing the toes, because again, primarily if you're going to use your self-defense techniques, you're probably going to have shoes on. If you don't have shoes on and you have sandals on and you get into a self-defense technique, well, you've also practiced kicking with the ball of the foot as well, so you can deliver that also. So again, the very basic technique of front snap kick, the Shomen-geri, is you're going to bring the knee up. When you do, you want to make sure that your stabilized leg, your leg that's going to be on the ground, is going to be slightly bent. You don't want to bring it up and have a totally straight leg. Your knee's going to be slightly bent. This is going to give you better balance. So when you bring it up, you've got a slight bend to this knee that's going to still be on the foot's going to be on the ground. You've got a slight bend. This is going to come straight up this way, about level with your belt. In the Uechi-Ryu system, we don't kick, primarily we kick below the belt and punch above the belt. And if you watch some of our later videos, you'll see why that is. But again, you're going to bring it up belt level, snap that kick out, back and down. Now, the kick is going to go out. One of the other challenges that we have with students learning to kick is they want to leave the leg out. Okay, they want to kick. I have to focus on trying to do it. Kick and they leave the leg out and just kind of drop it. Okay? What that's going to do is if I grab your kick or I somehow block your kick or scoop your kick, you're going to lose your balance because you're leaving your leg out there. I want to strike and bring it back. So my kick is going to come back as fast as it goes out. So when I kick, I want it to come back. I want to rechamber. Make sure that the kick goes out, rechambers, and then comes back down as fast as possible, because when you only have one leg on the ground, you're going to have less balance than if you have 2 feet on the ground. And so as you kick, make sure that you're pointing those toes. So again, very basic kick, knee up, kick out, back and down. Point those toes out. Make sure your toes are pointed. When they come up, your foot's parallel to the ground. And when you kick out, you're going to bring it back and chamber it just as fast as it goes out. Again, when you do your front kicks, we do them to the obi, right at the knot in the belt. So we're kicking, we have a target. So somebody our own size, we're not kicking out here, we're not kicking over here, we're kicking straight. Okay, straight out to the obi, right here. All right, so that's the front kick. Very simple technique, but again, if we break our techniques down to simple, we can build on those techniques, and then you'll work on more advanced techniques as you go through, whether it's kicks, punches, blocks, kata, or whatever, self-defense techniques, whatever you're learning here on our YouTube channel. So again, hit that subscribe button, stay connected, make sure we can connect with you, make sure you know when the next video comes out, so you don't miss any training that we offer here on our YouTube channel. Also, head over to Karate Academy Online, check us out over there, see if an online martial arts program might be right for you. There's no commitment. You can take a free class, actually a whole free course over there, and then if you like it, you can sign up, and we'll get you on your way to black belt. So until then, take care, be safe, and it's to your success.